All right, so we're going to do a quick Bible study on Genesis chapter 1. Now, in the first verse, it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." Now, it's the first word, the word that they in Hebrew for beginning is Bereshit. And in it, the word is contained the words that tell the story of Jesus on the cross. And then it says God created the heavens and the earth. Interesting to note is that the first verb or action or that associated with God is a create, or he's a creator. It's who he is. It's part of his nature. And it's also reflected in the nature of man. If you look at like all the things man has created, and just look around your room and just look at, or wherever you're at all the little things that man has made, and recognize that, we are a creator and we are created in the image of God. Now, it goes on to say the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. Now, the words used for darkness and deep in Hebrew mean opposite or absence of God. Something not of that which is not of God, not good, not holy, not pure, not loving. This is the source of evil. The spirit, the spirit of God interacting with that which is not of God to create the universe and the world. And it's this principle of good and evil that also ultimately determines the destiny of mankind. It started out with God, with good and evil being separate, and then at the end of the earth, good and evil are going to be separated again, with people living in hell and people living in heaven. It's the answer. In the very first section, it's the answer to the fate of mankind, that we're going to live in purity and goodness. Now it says, "Then God said, 'Let there be light,' and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and morning, or in the morning, were the first day." Now, the word in Hebrew used for light here isn't the same word used for light in on day 4 when he creates the stars and the sun and the moon. The word here used for light represents a spiritual light, and it's the prime. It's like it suggests here, spirituality. The spiritual light comes first, and you can see that in life and everything around you, that the spirit of things. It takes precedence over physical matters. Spiritual matters take precedence over physical matters. You can also see it where it says, God says that Jesus said, "Blasphemy against me will be forgiven, and blasphemy against the Father will be given, but blasphemy against the Holy Spirit will never be forgiven." And that's the first day, but it's not really technically a day as you would think of it in terms of physical reality. Now, then it says, "Then God said, 'Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.' Thus God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day." Now, I like to think about, I wonder if the waters below the heavens, where God made his dwelling place here, are gathered together to form the earth. So what happened to the waters on top of the heavens? I'm wondering if it doesn't refer to the place, is connected to the place before the universe began and was even created. Now, then it goes on to say, "Then God said, 'Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear.' And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good." Now, there is a little bit of disagreement with science here, because it says that the earth was created for God before the sun and the moon and the stars. But it's just I mean, in essence, the earth existed before its existence in God's mind. So maybe this is just a reflection of the fact that the earth takes primacy in our life, that it's the most important thing to human beings is the earth, even more important than the sun, because the sun in Revelation is no longer going to be necessary. And now it goes on to say, then God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the third day. Now, interesting of note about this is that these things come before the animals, which are in the fifth day. And that's actually true, because if there's nothing for any of the animals or living organisms to eat, then they can't survive. So the grass has got to come before the cow, basically. And then God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth. And it was so. Then God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and morning were the fourth day. So now this is where the sun comes in. I mean, it's possible that the earth was just a rotating rock, and it existed before as a rock. It existed before the sun was created and the moon was created, and even possibly even the stars, maybe, I don't know. I mean, that's back like billions of years ago, at the beginning of the Big Bang. I mean, it's very possible the earth was created before the sun and the moon and the stars that existed before them. But I don't know, but either way, I have faith. Then God said, let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly across the face of the earth of the firmament of the heavens. Now, science actually agrees here with this sentence because God first spoke life into the waters of the world, and most scientists agree. I believe that life originated in the seas. That's accurate. And let birds fly above, and then birds were the second creation, or in the same area. So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded, according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them and said, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the sea, and let birds multiply on the earth. So were the evening and the morning of the fifth day. Now, if you think about it a little bit, the birds kind of represent dinosaurs too, and the dinosaurs are the most ancient of creatures that exist. So there's the dinosaurs in the book. Then God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth, each according to its kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And so everything's God's creating. It's pure, it's good, it's holy right now. The earth was made, and all the plant life was there, and all the creatures were there, and it was like existed in a state of perfection, perfect balance, and just Then God said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. Now, this is also a true statement because God is giving man dominion over all the animals, and it's obvious when you look at the earth, that man is the dominant species. Man is the dominant species. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. Then God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. Now, to subdue the earth doesn't necessarily mean that it means we're to, be masters of the earth. And it doesn't mean that we abuse the earth and we abuse animals and we bring them to extinction or pollute our environment. We respect it, but we also use it to meet our own objectives. And then God said, see, I have given you every herb that yields seed which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for food, and to every beast of the earth, and every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth in which there is life, I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. Then God saw everything that he made, and indeed it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Now, of note here is kind of that all the creatures ate that were existent in this time ate were herbivores. And in the end, I believe that possibly during the 1,000-year reign of Christ, or even after it, there's going to be no, or possibly after it, there's going to be no more eating meat. There's going to be no more eating meat. And all that, because we will hold all life as too precious to take it away just to taste it, or to get add variety to our diet. Now, I don't know if I said this or not, but Bereshit in Hebrew, in the beginning, in the word used to say in the beginning, it has all the letters to make all the words that tell the story of Jesus Christ. So in the very first word, you have the complete story of Jesus Christ in Hebrew, which is pretty profound. And then the word, it's interesting that Jesus Christ is called the Word, and that, God used words to create the earth and the heavens and everything in it. Oh, of notice too is that scientists have recently discovered that, how God spoke light into the deep. Because scientists have recently found out that when they can use sound waves to enter water to create bursts of physical light. It's like a reflection of what the Bible just said happened, or what happened in the Bible in the very, very beginning. Only it wasn't physical; it was spiritual, which is even deeper. And this spiritual light is also more important than like I said, spirit takes primacy over everything physical. It's the dominant creation. And it's more important than the stars. That's definitely true. Living beings are more important than inanimate. The And I think that's about it for now. I hope this content has blessed you, and have a good day.